Hello everybody, in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the new 6x6x8 cuboid. Now this is a massive cuboid. This is the biggest cuboid that I've ever had, and I gotta say I'm really stoked to solve it. I haven't solved it, I haven't scrambled it yet. I just finished stickering it and I want to show you guys. Now this is designed by Jeremy Eisenberg again. Me and him are doing collaborations, as I'm sure a lot of you know, and this is going to be sold out of my Shapeways shop. Now I think he did a fantastic job on this, assembling this puzzle. I could see how awesome the mechanism was. Anyways, so I've wanted this puzzle for quite a long time, and I want to give some really quick brief history here. I'm going to try to be fast about it, but I want to be respectful at the same time. Is that when I received Tom's 6x6x7, I was so impressed with it, I actually asked Tom to develop a 6x6x8, which he agreed to do. This is somewhere around a year ago now, and so months went by. I asked Tom, how's it going? And so he had actually sent me a video, an unlisted video of him scrambling it. He had designed it, he had printed it, dyed it and stickered it. And so what there was problems with his though, where you could turn it like this and the alignment mechanism would go out of alignment, and then you couldn't make your next turns. So it had a really big issue, and so he gave me two options. He said I could either buy the one with the misalignment mechanism and just kind of deal with that, which will give him money to print a new one with the refinements put into it, or I can pay to prototype the new one and take the risk that it might not work again. And so I said, you know, I really want this cuboid. This is one that's been on my list for a long time, so I will pay to prototype the new one. And honestly, that was the last I ever heard from him, and that was months and months ago. And I've sent him many emails saying, you know, I would really like, you know, an update on this, because I really want this puzzle. And just being continued ignored, I was forced to hire somebody outside and have it done that way. I even went to like people like Tony Fisher and Tripoom and some other very respectable people on the Twisty Puzzles forum and asked their opinion, told them I'm trying to contact him, he's not getting back to me. It seems like this puzzle's dead in the water. Do I have the right to produce it? And they said, yeah, you do. So I did. Anyways, that being out of the way, Tom, if you're mad that I produced this, I'm very sorry, but I've been emailing you and you've been ignoring me. So anyways, I hope all is well with you anyways. So this puzzle's turning is very good. Now I did something with the printing process of this that I haven't done with any others, and that is I got it printed in polished. Now I'm not sure, I don't think that Tom does, but I know that my other puzzles are not in polished, and it has the same sound, but I gotta tell you, it's a lot more smooth with it being polished, and the breaking in time is like really just a couple of turns. Like all I had to do to break in a layer was go like this, and it was perfect, like absolutely perfect. So I will definitely always order my puzzles in polish now, as it makes it way better. So of course this is a shapeshifter, being a 6x6x8, and I can imagine how this is going to look once it's scrambled. The design is very good, cuts corners very easily. So Jeremy is pretty proud of this one, I think, too, because this is the first puzzle he's done where he hasn't had to make any refinements. And even with the refinements he's had to make with previous puzzles and reprint stuff, it was very minor. It wasn't like a huge thing either. So very impressed with this young man. Anyways, let's just go ahead and scramble this, because I've been waiting to scramble this for quite some time. Just go ahead and scramble it as a cuboid first. I'm very excited. I've been waiting a while for this, because I ordered a couple other things off Shapeways, another crazy pill for myself, and also a polished 6x6x4, and I guess there's some printing errors with the 6x6x4, so we've had to wait a while. So I think this is pretty well scrambled. Yeah, and I can finger trick this one too, right? So like this is a really good design. So now we can go into shape shifting, and just like any other Shapeways puzzle, you have to have, you know, things aligned in order to turn them. So you got to make sure everything is aligned properly. And this thing just wants to turn. It's very nice. Look at this already. Wow. All right. So it's not aligned here. There we go. Oh, I can't wait to solve this. You know, somebody asked me the other day, do I consider myself more of a puzzle solver with this kind of stuff or a speed cuber? And they said in their opinion I'm more of a speed cuber. But what I said to them, and I thought it was a really good question, you know, so I'd like to answer it right now, is that I would consider myself an equal amount of both, only because of money restriction. Now, if I had enough money to buy any custom puzzle I want, I'm sure that would take up most of my time. So I'm going to call this scrambled, but I think that because I don't do that, if I had the money to get any puzzle I ever wanted, I would probably just do this and not focus on speed cubing so much, but still speed cubing a little bit. Anyways, so this is a fully scrambled 6x6x8. Wow. Let's actually take a close look at this thing. I like how the pieces poke out of the puzzle. And one thing you might notice too is that the outside of the puzzle has this really fat border on it, right? I'll show this again when I come back and it's solved, but it's got this fat border on it and it kind of makes it look like a Sheng Shao puzzle. Sort of like this, you know? And I really like that look, but that's not the reason that me and Jeremy decided to do that. It was actually Jeremy's idea. The reason is because these outer layers are a lot bigger, right, than the inside layers, because you can see how this square is very small and then this corner is very big. But what we did is shrink the sticker down so when it's actually in the solved position, it looks more proportional than it is. It gives that little illusion. And Oscar Van Deventer actually did that with one of his 7x7s that Red KB will be showing us soon. Anyways, guys, so that is the scrambled 6x6x8. I'm going to go and solve it and then come back. Alright, so it's been about an hour now and I've solved it twice, so this is actually a pretty easy solve for me. It's really no different than Tom Z's 4x4x6, it's just more layers, which makes it more fun. Now, the solve is really straightforward. It's just like a 6x6 and then you just fix these layers. And then you do some domino, you know, cuboid strategy on it and it's solved. So it's really, really fun. I will say though that there was a break-in process for the first solve once it was in that shape-shifted form when I was trying to go a bit faster. You really have to have everything aligned, and I mean that's the same with any other Shapeways product as well. So I wasn't too surprised with that. So the first one was a little bit catchy, a little bit. I have absolutely no pops yet at all. But it was a little bit catchy, a little bit snaggy, but in the second solve it really opened up and I didn't get any of that really. So the only thing is that it does need to be aligned, and when you've got all these pieces poking out and stuff and you're trying to move, it's hard to figure out where to grip the puzzle, and it's almost sometimes it's almost a puzzle in itself just to figure out how to grip the thing. So anyways, I'm going to do a quick checkerboard. You can see the movement is really nice. So anyways, you can see how easy the puzzle moves, right? So it's really nice. And so the puzzle itself is available on my Shapeways shop. You would also need 6 3M by 20 millimeter screws for it, and you'd also need springs. You don't need washers on this because the spring doesn't move on this one. And then the stickers are available at Oliver's shop. Everything is available in the description if you want to check it out. But yeah, this is really awesome, and me and Jeremy have already come up with a concept for another puzzle, and it's different than what you guys have seen before. So I'm really hoping that it's going to turn out well, because it's a challenge for Jeremy to build, I'm sure. It's something that I think would be a bit challenging to solve as well, so probably very, very challenging. So anyways, guys, that is a 6x6x8 cuboid. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on my next video.